Hello, Paris. Sorry, I'm catching up on all your final submissions. This is for 11, and yeah, it's looking good. I love that he's or you two are finding your flow. He seems a lot more consistent with his pokes. Less and less of that kind of support or tapping. I would even try in your next sessions to see how it goes with maybe just a few taps at the beginning, and then see if you can fade that or use it just for the first letter or two. I like that you kind of incorporated some Spanish. That was fun. And remember, really work on that straight back. He's kind of hunched over a lot, so straight back, and that'll help with that hopeful, independent poke. At one point, I think you asked kind of an orange, but then we're prompting him to the first letter. But remember, if you're doing those semi-opens for that first letter, there should be very minimal prompting because you don't know which one he's going to choose. Again, too, with the oranges, I think you asked at one point another country in Europe, which is great, and I even think he answered it, but just be mindful that that's a pretty big open. There's a lot of, or tight open, there's a lot of countries to choose from. I'm loving your board placement. I would just say to reset the board if he's hovering, and coach his arm, say okay, arm down, and then pick it back up and go all the way in and all the way back. Make that connection in and out. I made these notes, and then I noted in parentheses that after I watched more of the video, you did start saying those things, which is great. I loved when he answered Egypt. That seemed like a super slow, purposeful, reliable poke. Remember that when they are kind of breaking into this tight open or open territory, we want slow and steady equals purposeful pokes, and when it's real fast, that's that kind of impulsive, unreliable pokes. And then back to kind of that Europe question, instead of a country in Europe, maybe make it less options, like a country in the UK or another country where Spanish is, the main language that they speak. And yeah, he seems super duper into this lesson, so maybe try and find some content in this realm as well. Talking about multiple questions he got wrong, I would, because you guys are just still slowly breaking into this open world, even though his answers seem to be or were relevant, I would just, for the sake of building that relationship and finding that flow and getting him to those letters with minimal prompts and stuff, just say like, hey, I see you might want to say something else. I don't know if it's a loop or what, but for the sake of this practice and this session, just give me the answer from the text that we read, or one of the answers if it's a orange. And yeah, it's normal to have that concern with parent spelling, and that is something that I've definitely regretted not doing sooner in my practice and working with these families, because I get to a point where, they're getting really open with me, and then the parents just kind of want to roll with that and learn more and hear more about what they have to say. But the most important part is that coaching, and unfortunately a lot of the times with the moms or the dads, it seems like they don't want to be around them, or they get very either self-injurious, or they start taking it out on mom or dad. But that's when I just kind of remind myself that, you know, insides don't match the outsides, and a lot of that, what seems to be malicious or violent or negative stuff, is just coming from a place of so much love and excitement and anxiety to get going, and is it gonna work, and yada yada yada. Introduce the idea of his mom spelling with him. Oh yeah, text me, I'd love to know what you did about the Spellers movie night. And yeah, I would just kind of start telling him, like, hey, in a couple weeks, we're gonna see if mom can just we'll start slow and steady and see if we can just have her in the room for 5 minutes, 10 minutes at a time. And then after a few sessions of that, I want to start trying to get her on the boards with you for a word or two and slowly build up. Because as much as you and him have grown, you know, you're not going to be around forever, and it would just be great for him to have a communication partner whenever he wants at home, so he can advocate for anything. But yeah, great work, and please let me know if you have any final questions or if you want to get on a wrap it up Zoom.